Hi guys, it's Lindy, and thank you for tuning into my video today. Today's video is going to be about meditation, symbols and images that come forward during your meditation, how this is your spirit guides communicating with you, and everything is a message that you need to interpret and receive and interpret. And also, super exciting is I'm going to go over totem animals and or spirit animals. You can call them either one, and go into that and how spirit animals can be used as a communication image from your guides. They can be wanting to communicate certain ideas or messages to you through spirit animals. So, and I have found that the process of interpreting, sometimes your spirit guides sometimes my spirit guides directly communicate and talk to me. So sometimes that happens. They will directly communicate to me in my meditations. But they also communicate with me through symbols and images and things like this. And I found the process of interpreting this and figuring out what the symbols and images mean is like a really fun process, and I actually really enjoy it. So anyway, that my spirit guides communicate with me in meditation is wonderful. It's a really great experience. So let's just go ahead and get into the first thing I want to go over. So the first thing is about meditation and how important it is when you're going into a meditation to set an intention. If you really want to get certain questions answered, it's a really good idea to set an intention. So then after you set the intention, it's so important to trust all the messages that are coming forward as a message, and to not write it off as, oh, well, this is just my imagination. So once you get in that heart space and open up your heart and clear your mind and put your thoughts in the background and really just move forward with your heart, it's so important to learn to trust what comes forward, and you can pretty much just assume that everything after the intention, everything that comes forward in the meditation is some kind of message from your spirit guides. So with that being said, ever since I have learned to trust what's happening in the meditation, in the journey, as a message from my guides, the more insight I get. You get so much more insight when you actually give value to that and don't just write it off as, oh, this was just my imagination, things like that. Because when you say that it's just your imagination, you kind of stop it. You're resisting that. You're resisting receiving that message. And so you're really not going to get the full impact of what that message holds and what you can really get out of it. And then if you just trust that it is a message from your spirit guides, you get so much more insight, and it's really awesome the kind of insights you could get when you just trust. So that was the first thing I wanted to go over. Now I want to get into spirit guides and how spirit guides, I kind of already covered this, but spirit guides, sometimes they do speak to you directly in your meditation. But sometimes they communicate with you through images and through symbols, and that's how they communicate to you, because images and symbols can really pack a big punch. they can give you a lot of information in one image. And that's where totem animals come in and spirit animals come in, because I just had a recent experience with this. This has happened to me before. Of course, totem animals or spirit animals are specific animals that you could be spiritually connected to, or they're there to convey a message to you. So they're there to convey something, a message you need to receive at that time. And sometimes animals will come forward to you in real life, and you can also take that as a message. But I am more specifically talking about animals coming forward in meditations and what that means. So you can trust that it is a message from your spirit guides. And I'll just share with you the most recent experience I had with the totem animal. So of course I set an intention for the meditation, and I basically just set an intention of really getting some more insight to what my spiritual awakening and what my spiritual journey is going to bring for me. You know, like, what am I going to get out of all this? I mean, I love it, and I've enjoyed my spiritual awakening, but, you know, what could I expect for this to really bring in the future? And I got some really great insights. So a grizzly bear came forward for me in my meditation along with Native Americans. And, you know, that was really interesting to me once I looked up the meaning of what the grizzly bear stands for as a totem animal, a spirit animal. I was like, wow, this is really relevant to me in my life right now and the days to come, the weeks to come, maybe even the months to come. I don't think that this video is going to be posted on YouTube in real time. I'm still working out like the technical stuff about my YouTube channel. So I've got a couple videos uploaded on there at the moment. Okay, I'm just going to come out and say it, that today in 2016, it's November 8th, 2016, and that is the election day for the United States. So our country is going through this really like crazy time right now, and I have prepared for today, what's going to come of today, and in the weeks and months to come after the election as well. I prepared, I went out and stocked up on food and water and things like this, because it's just a crazy time. A lot of society's structure is being broken down so it can be restructured. So how does that tie into totem animals? Well, I'm going to tell you. So a grizzly bear came forward for me, okay, and then the grizzly bear, see, these totem animals, they represent a very bigger message. And the grizzly bear, what that means is, you know, the calm and the strength in the storm. Let's see here. So the grizzly bear resembles strength, confidence, standing against adversity, taking action, and leadership. That's what the grizzly bear means. And so that told me a lot. It told me that I need to stay strong in this time of adversity. And this applies to my personal life. Of course, it's always going to apply to your personal journey, whatever animal comes forward for you. That's going to apply to your personal spiritual journey. But you can also apply it to these bigger concepts like what our country is going through right now. It's very important for me to lead and show my strength as a spiritual leader, basically. That's very important to do right now because, and standing against adversity is very important for me personally to do right now. And that communicated a lot to me. And what else do I have to say? I've already talked about meditation and trust what comes through during your meditation as a message from your spirit guides. And don't write it off as your imagination. And this allows for more insight. So since I didn't just say to myself, well, I've had a lot of more bizarre messages and beings come forward to communicate with me, a lot of interesting experiences in my meditation journeys, and I call them like journeys. They are like spiritual journeys for me at this point. It's not just a simple meditation that I'm going into for relaxation. So, I really had to learn to trust that experience as an experience. And it's not just my imagination, but there is a spiritual language that is being used that is very real. Just like the English language I'm speaking now, it is a very real language that is used for my spirit guides and other spiritual beings to communicate with me. And as soon as I really started to trust that, I just receive like so much insight now from my meditations. And it means so much more. It's so much more personal than it would be to like look outside of myself for answers. And like I've said in my other videos, any question that you have, any doubt that you have, anything that you really feel like you need guidance on, you can get from going within in meditation. So you really don't need outside, insight or advice from outside of yourself, although it's really nice to hear what other people have to say, of course. That's part of being here in this experience on Earth is, we're all connected, and it's really important to connect with other people, but it's also important to trust what's coming forward for you in your meditations and take that as like tangible insight to what's going on, and those are the answers to your questions. That's how spirit guides communicate, is through symbols, images, and sometimes they talk. But look into those images, look into those totem animals. Totem animals can give you so much insight into your questions. And I just found that really great myself personally. I'm fascinated with totem animals, and it's an awesome way that your spirit guides communicate with you. Just another great way that they communicate with you. So that's about all I got to say for today. I rambled on about this subject for almost 15 minutes now. So, bless your journey. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. If you have had an awesome experience with a totem animal, please comment below in the comment section and let me know about it, because I think it's a very interesting, fascinating topic, and I would love to hear other people's experiences about this. So with that, I'll let you go.